Welcome to ParaSQL. This is the screen you will see after creating your trial account. This Getting Started video is intended to give you a quick overview of ParaSQL. Other videos provide more in-depth information. Let's dive right in and create your first application. Simply click the Create App button. You can accept the defaults. This blank area here is referred to as the application canvas, and it's where you will build the user interface for your application. This over here is referred to as the palette. This shows the tables and so forth in your database. Right now it's a brand new empty database, so there are no tables here. We can begin to frame out our application by dragging some tabs off of the palette and dropping them into the application canvas. We can resize them however we want. Maybe we'll rename the first tab as Customers, and we'll take the second tab and we'll call this Reports. And then maybe underneath this Reports tab, we want several different reports. We want a menu. So we could drag a menu object off and drop it inside of this tab. And you can see that Customers is still empty and the Reports has this menu object. Again, we can place this wherever we want, resize it, and maybe we'll call the first one Report 1, and we'll call this one possibly Report 2. If we wanted to, we could add submenus here and add additional items underneath here. If we want to add a company logo to the header of our application, we can drag off an icon widget from the palette, and we can say Set Icon. We'll use the ParaSQL logo for now, and we can resize it however we would like. If we want to add some text to the header, we could simply drag it off of the palette. Let's call this my tutorial app. Maybe we want to make it 18 point. Maybe we want to make it bold, and we want to resize it to look something like this. Before we get into creating tables and the heart of the application, let's take a quick tour of the ParaSQL menus. Import data, you can select a CSV file and map the columns in that CSV file to a table that already exists in your database and import data. Excel files, Google Sheets, etc. Many applications create CSV files. Detailed information is available here in the help. Let's quickly look at application settings. Here you can set the name of your application. We'll call this My Video. An optional application description here if you'd like. Here is the width and height of the application canvas. Here is the public access embed code and the authenticated embed code. If you'd like to embed a ParaSQL application into your website, you can do so simply by copying and pasting that. Some of the other details related to embeds and these other options are on the help panel. App scripts allows you to add custom JavaScript functions to your application. We'll cover this in another video. You can make a copy of your application. You can revert to an earlier version of your application if you make a mistake. On the Tools menu, you can see a list of database users, security roles. These two subjects will be covered in more depth later. If you have a HyperConnect account, data sources will not be grayed out. We'll come back to this in a separate video. Bulk update and delete to modify multiple records at the same time. And database triggers, which allow you to write code that runs on the database server when a particular record is either added, changed, or deleted. Again, we'll cover database triggers in a lot more detail in another video. For now, let's jump on to the next video, creating and linking tables.